We're about a month out from the NFL draft where 262 college athletes become professionals. Nnamdi and I are here to give you our superlatives, give the people some insight on what to expect from the upcoming rookie class.
All right, so for first overall pick, originally I had Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon, but after further consideration, I do not think he'll go one, and I think that to help out Trevor Lawrence on the O-line, Jacksonville will select Alabama O-tackle Evan Neal. Evan Neal will boost the offensive line out in Duval, and I see some Orlando Brown Sr. in him. He's massive and he's super lengthy. I like him as a prospect.
Thank you for that take, Nnamdi. But this is the year of the defensive lineman. Only 5 first picks for the past 20 years have been defensive linemen. So my first draft pick for this draft is Aiden Hutchinson. Since Hutchinson is a DE, he will complement Jaguars' defensive end Josh Allen very well. Allen only had 7.5 sacks last year, and I think if the Jaguars pick this guy up, he'll be a lot more free and feast on that D-line. Hutchinson was 3rd in sacks and played a big part on that Michigan defense. And I think he'll do the same for Duval. My player comparisons for him is Nick Bosa and Chase Young because they have that same rush and attack and play style.
All right, next up, we got best quarterback, and the best quarterback in the draft is Malik Willis. Ron Rivera himself has compared him to almost exactly like Cam Newton. He's drawing comparisons to Lamar Jackson. I think Malik, he has a high motor. He's great at using his legs. The Liberty QB had a great pro day, and I foresee him having a tremendous NFL career. Comparisons that I've been seeing that I like are Jalen Hurts and, surprisingly enough, Tim Tebow. But it makes sense.
Well, my best QB in this draft, I'm going to have to agree with Nnamdi on this one, Malik Willis. His QB comparison for me is Jalen Hurts. The guy has a great deep ball, but also is the most accurate on short and medium throws. Very great mobility, and I feel like if Seattle wants to be in rebuild mode, they should look for a guy like him because we see in Denver that Drew Lock couldn't get that job done. Well, what makes you think he could get this job done in Seattle?
Now we're on defensive player best in the draft, and this is a no-brainer for me. I've been spouting about him for a while now, and it's Kyle Hamilton. And not only is the Notre Dame safety the best defensive player in the draft, but he is just the best player in the draft in general. And teams are afraid to draft a safety high, and I think Hamilton is worth using a top 5 pick on. He's honestly a generational talent. He's the definition of a ball hawk. The dude is a certified librarian, the way he reads opposing receivers and QBs. My comparison for him is Barry's favorite, Derwin James.
Well, my defense player for this draft is hands down Ahmad Sauce Gardner. I would have picked Kyle Hamilton, but Nnamdi wants to compare him to the greatest defensive player of all time, just being biased. But nobody compares to Derwin James. But yeah, Sauce Gardner is a lockdown corner. Can stay healthy, in my opinion, is the number 1 corner, better than Stingley. He has great technique as a corner, very explosive and quick. He is already being compared to Jalen Ramsey, but in my opinion, his great comparison would be A.J. Terrell. Yeah, I think for my most overrated player is Matt Corral. I don't need to say too much. He is at most a great backup QB. This year he won't have a starting job. Till year 2 or 3, he was tied for 41st in passing touchdowns, 17th in passing yards, and top 10 in QBR ranking at number 10. His recent stats aren't that impressive, and I take 5 QBs in this draft over him. The NFL is a different atmosphere, and I'm just saying, one thing I like about him, though, is he knew how to win teams' football games. I also like his swagger and play style. My player comparison is Zach Wilson or Taylor Heineke.
All right, now for mine, I got to go with Garrett Wilson, solely because I like Drake London, the USC receiver, and Treylon Burks, the Arkansas receiver, way more than G. Will because they are just bigger guys and way more physical than Wilson. We've seen guys like Metcalf, A.J. Brown, Claypool in recent years dominate with their size. And I do not think there are a lot of holes in this class, but Wilson will definitely be overdrafted, especially in his peers of what receivers are going. I think he's kind of like an OBJ light. Yeah. And now finally, this is just a fun one we have. It's our best day 2 guys who are going to go 2nd or 3rd round. And mine is Matt Araiza. I think that he's just going to have a great NFL career. I got to go with him. He's out of San Diego State. I would use an early 2nd rounder on him, no question about it, solely due to his ability to flip the field position at will. He will go down as an all-time special teams GOAT, and any contender should look to add him. That's
great. My second day 2 guy for me is wide receiver Ohio State, Chris Olave. Very great deep threat. Green Bay or KC should look for a guy like him. They're in need of a young, reliable wide receiver. His last year he broke out, and I feel like he would break out even more with a QB like Mahomes or Rodgers, My player comparison for him is Devontae Smith. Both great route runners and speed, but they both lack strength and size.
All right, now those are our takes, so you don't need Mel Kiper when you got Barry and Nnamdi for the finest of NFL draft content. Thanks for watching.